All right, everyone. U.S. energy independence is at hand, and liberals are outraged about this. There's a hit piece, link in the description, archived, of course, rambling incoherently about how the United States cannot have energy independence. It's actually impossible. Which is funny because we literally had it for several years under Donald Trump. We'll probably get it again. The idea is drill, baby, drill. We've got a shit ton of oil. We have a shit ton of natural gas. And by the way, this article only fixates on the oil. We'll get into that in a moment. We also have uranium. We have lithium. In fact, we might have one of the world's largest deposits of it as well. We have aluminum. We have literally everything that we could possibly need in our country to obtain energy independence. The article bitches about the fact that most of the oil that is extracted is, very sweet, actually. And so, but our vehicles run on sludge, basically. It's kind of a NIMBYist liberal article when you think about it. This is a misnomer. It's called world trade. Now, I am not a globalist. I don't believe in globalism. But I do believe in world free trade. The ability of two countries to exchange goods for mutual benefit. If we can ship out the really, really sweet refined oil, which is 80% of our supply, by the way, the largest in the world, and then import something that can be semi-refined and then used for making gasoline or something like that, it's called reciprocity. It's called mutual trade. It's called free trade. It's called capitalism. There is literally nothing wrong with that. And this is why we need to secure the Panama Canal Zone at all hazards. And I support Trump on that too. Because then we can ship that material much more easily from place to place without getting fucked over by some foreign country. The fact is that the United States has a massively disproportionate amount of energy resources compared to most parts of the world. Certainly much more than Europe. Certainly much more than most parts of Africa, parts of Asia. About the only other player that plays at the same level would be Russia, and they got screwed by the Chinese actually on their oil shipment deal, which again, back in the day, a decade ago, I thought hilarious. We have an enormous amount of oil. We haven't even begun to explore certain areas where the oil might be. We have a massive amount of natural gas. We have a massive amount of coal. We have uranium deposits. We have lithium deposits. We have everything. All you have to do is exploit it. But the liberal legacy media doesn't want the public to know that. They want to cast a dark shadow over the sunshine that is the possibility that the United States can become energy independent. In fact, for the first time in a very long time, for a few brief moments under Trump, nonetheless, we were a net exporter of oil. We were a net exporter of natural gas. They were trying to set up trade lines and stuff like that because it's like there's so much money to be made. We can literally power 5 or 6 other countries really, really easily just with the excess that we're making now. It wouldn't be hard. All you have to do is actually extract the resources. The Biden administration outgoing did everything that it could do to try to prevent this from happening. Probably to try and lay a landmine for Donald Trump. It appears to be generally unsuccessful. I have a feeling that oil and gas and coal production will rise considerably. Donald Trump will have to litigate probably to actually get those grants moving to get it out of the ground. But once those are done, once that process is done, I expect it to massively influence the U.S. economy. He was successful the first time around with obstruction from his own Republican House, needing to run for re-election, so he had to be more cautious. This time around, he has relatively less obstruction, so it seems at least so far, and he can't run for re-election, so he has literally nothing to lose. So again, much like with Doge as the distraction campaign, even though it's successful on its own, it's meant to draw fire as well. I think that Donald Trump will be able to extract more resources, and the economy will be much improved by that. Now, it'll take time. Keep in mind, Rome was not built in a day. It's going to take several years, probably, for this to come to fruition. But it will probably happen. I am optimistic about his capabilities with regards to the energy industry. He seems to have done a good job the first time around, and again, he had unfavorable conditions then, and a lot of obstruction even from his cabinet. This time around, Lee Zeldin is leading the EPA. I think that speaks for itself. Donald Trump is drill, baby, drill. And while I am an environmentalist, I'm a real one. I'm the kind of environmentalist that wants to plant a garden, pick up the trash in the woods and things like that. And I've had to do that, by the way, multiple fucking times. The local teens, I guess, they have parties out there by the ball field. And they had decorated a tree with goddamn beer cans and weird shit like that. They're throwing shit off the side of the hill, and there was, for some reason, there was an entire, like, chair and all sorts of weird shit. I hauled out as much as I could and threw it in the trash so it could get rid of it. And there was also a steel drum down there, like one of those old oil drums. Oh, I rolled that out of the woods. It took a little bit of sweating, but I managed to get it. And it's not in the greatest condition, but, you know, you can use it for making charcoal, I suppose, or something like that. You just need a lid. It didn't have one of those. I'll use it for decoration in the garden, maybe. I think I've actually got it in the garden literally right now. And I figured I would clean things up. That's real environmentalism. Plant a tree. Pick up the trash. Try to reduce your plastic usage. Stuff like that. Fake environmentalism is whining about the fact that cars use gasoline. Nobody cares. Oh my God, emissions. Okay, plants will gobble up that CO2. So then plant another tree to gobble up the CO2. That's all you have to do. It's as simple as that. But people aren't willing to take the personal initiative to do so. Donald Trump is trying to improve the economy. The unintended side effect will be arguably more non-NIMBYist environmentalism. What we need is to teach kids how to grow pea plants and stuff like that. Here's how to grow peas. Here's how to grow corn. Hey, here's a brief summary of the Three Sisters method. Hey, let's plant a tree, kids. That's what you do. You're worried about emissions? That's what you do. You don't simply try to cock-block the fact that we're extracting fossil fuel, because we do kind of need it. The natural gas is still going to be there. It doesn't matter whether you extract it or not. But the economy cares whether you extract it or not. And we've got plenty of it. I mean, it's self-producing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We've got nice, sweet oil generally in the United States. The fact that this article is bitching about the fact that our oil is of very high quality is very, very strange. Read it for yourself. I mean, I was reading through it. Had to read the whole goddamn thing. I was laughing to myself. It's like, okay, you don't understand chemistry. You don't understand engineering. You don't understand economics. You don't understand the basic rudiments of trade. Why did you make this article? It makes no sense. It's pure TDS. Oh my God, our oil is of too high a quality. Yeah. So if we trade it across to another nation for the kind that we need for gasoline production, and we can make a profit doing that, that's energy independence, because we have a product that everyone goddamn wants and almost nobody actually has. It's inexplicable. That's about all. Peace out.